comic number 145. I almost coughed right at the beginning of that, but that would have been awful. So, by really? Anyway, so how's the job go? By Poseidon's beard, look at that! After years of banishment, I finally found my worthy adversary here in the alternate universe. Dude, that's the janitor, and the worthy arch-janitor he is at that. Do not turn your back on him for a second. By Poseidon's beard? That's some serious angry face going on in the first one, and did I forget? I think... No, it's just a very faint line of his cuff, because it looks like his hand is just all one fleshy sleeve thing. What's with the... Okay, it's going to be a creaky chair day. That's fine. Nothing wrong with creaky chair. Creaky chair syndrome. You know, CSS. Wait, creaky CCS. Different, yeah, CSS is that other thing that makes web pages. So Kenny just coming to check up on Dr. Zero. Dr. Zero freaking out suddenly at the fact that this has been a very long-going sort of Dr. Zero being reintegrated into the real world, turning into the security guard with the strange, funny uniform. Why such baggy cuffs? It's the craziest security uniform I've ever seen. It's probably of his own design. In fact, he's probably supposed to be wearing the other thing. So that's... I don't recall a war with the janitor, I must say. So again, this is all coming just as new to me as it is to about 50% of you. Because I think the only other person watching these is friends of mine who read these all the first time through. I think I had a viewership of about 6 when I first did this. So let's see. There's the guy whose server it was on. There was the guy who I dared to make a comic and I was comparing it to. There was the other guy who was in the trifecta of crappy comics. His was pretty good. I think, what was that one called? Angst was the name of the comic. I think my favorite one was The Meeting of the Parents. Anyway, and 4 would be... No, it wasn't running on his server. It was running on the first guy's server, so... Oh, yeah, there was the third guy, and he made a comic as well. He made Sweer Kartoppen. I won't even try to describe what that is, but yeah, for a little while, I think it was possible that that 4 of us had our own comics going at one time. If you count them. Mine was certainly the most consistent and long running. I don't think anyone managed even this many. 145? Well, maybe Sweer Kartoppen, but it was randomly generated, so a lot of work went into the programming, don't get me wrong, but for the actual generation of the comic, there wasn't a lot of artwork and painstaking scanning process quite like this. Anyway, what was I talking about? The comic. Arch janitor. Wouldn't the janitor be the arch security guard? Because you're talking about your... Oh, no, but... Is your enemy can then upgrade to an arch enemy? I gotta look that up. Not right now, but I will. I'll look that up and then I will know. Fine, I will look it up. Arch enemy. Arch enemy. A Swedish melodic death metal band. A melodic death metal band? How do you... What? How do you growl melodically? Weird. Arch-foe, arch-villain. This is the one I want. An arch-enemy, arch-foe, arch-villain, or arch-nemesis, sometimes spelled with the hyphen. They have that without the hyphen. Originated in the mid-16th century. The principal enemy of a character, often described as the hero's worst enemy. So where does arch come from? Arch enemy. So why is an arch make it worse than it already is? So your nemesis, but then there's your arch nemesis. Arch as a prefix. Main, chief, or principal. Ah! So he is a principal janitor and a worthy chief janitor. Well, I guess. I think I meant it in a different way, but it's still funny. Have I really been looking up the word archenemy for this long? Okay. Let's just pretend you all did that yourself and skip to the end. So now that we're at the end, we can reveal some very interesting, enlightening things. I thought I had something I was going to say, but I guess I didn't. So we'll just continue on to comic 146 tomorrow. Maybe I'll think of something smart then.